everybody. I am filming 2 videos today, so that's a super rare occasion, but I wanted to do a really quick video with a super special helper today. I know a couple of you were asking about curly hair, and since I don't have curly hair, I am bringing in my daughter so I can do a quick blow dry demo on her and a flat iron curl demo on her too, because her hair is also shorter. I did the flat iron curl on my own hair, but as you saw, it's super heavy, and so it didn't turn out how I think a lot of you are expecting. So I wanted to do it on her hair so I could show you a different example of what a flat iron curl could do when it's on the right hair type. And since I don't have that, I'm going to borrow her hair for it. So let me go get her, and I will be right back. Okay, so I'm dampening her hair with a leave-in conditioner. Actually, this bottle I did mix with a little bit of water because I use this for her braids, and if I do a quick blow dry on her, I don't want it to be straight leave-in conditioner because it will make her hair look greasy. So I do water this down a little bit. It's just a trick I use for her hair. I use the Redken 21 and 5 repair. I think it's called like One United or something like that by Redken. It's a leave-in conditioner. I'll list it in the comments because I can't think of the name of the bottle right now, and I don't have it in front of me. But I am using a ceramic round brush on her. This is the large Moroccan Oil round brush. I've had this one for like 4 or 5 years. I love this brush. I'm using this one on her because I don't need the additional tension that the square round one that we used on my hair creates. Her hair has enough grip because it is curly that I don't need the additional tension. I don't want to pull her hair too much. She is pretty tender-headed, especially for a hairdresser's child. Usually they get over that by now, but she still hasn't, so we just go with it. I'm directing my nozzle straight down. I want to go over the hair and create a smooth finish. So if you blow the air downwards over the hair, it's going to create a smooth look, whereas if you blow it straight directly, like at the hair, perpendicular, it's going to fuzz up the cuticle and make the hair look fuzzy, have more flyaways, just not look as sleek and smooth. This takes no time. So if you have curly hair and you don't wear a lot of product in your hair, this is a great way to wear curly hair one day and then switch it up and do straight hair the next day. Most adults probably would need a little bit of dry shampoo after, but since she's still very young, her hair doesn't create a ton of oil, and if you know my kids, she doesn't like to run or sweat very much, so we usually can go 2 days without shampooing her hair, which is really good for curly hair. If you have curly hair, you should not shampoo every day. Your hair is already like typically drier, and shampooing is going to dry out your hair. So if you have curly hair and you're shampooing every day and you're noticing a lot of frizz and breakage, that's probably why. So I am finishing up this. It really doesn't take much time at all. Just create a lot of tension with your brush, and the blow dryer needs to be at the correct heat, and you shouldn't use a flat iron unless you have very tight curls. But if you have curly hair similar to her curls, there's really no need to style it with a flat iron because you can get it pretty smooth with just a blow dryer and a brush. I'm just getting all the little extra tangles out of her hair, and there you go. Okay, so we blew out her hair, and now it's silky straight. She doesn't see it like this very often. It's a lot longer than I thought it was. So we're going to get into the curl part now. So I know our lighting's kind of getting weird. It's just like a bad time of the day. So bear with us, and I'm going to scoot her closer so you can really see what's going on. Okay, so just like when we did our hair, we're going to section it using just half up. And I can't find my comb, but it's okay because her hair is really soft and silky. It's fine, just look straight. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this 1-inch section, pull it out, and we're gonna do the same thing. I've already explained it, so if you don't get it from this video, go back to the other video because it might explain it a little bit better. But we're gonna go in, clamp it, turn it halfway, and then pull down the hair shaft, leaving that last inch out. You don't want to go all the way to the end because if you do, I'll show you what happens so you can see what I'm talking about. Turn your head just a little bit to the right. There you go. So I'll just do it this way. If you go all the way to the end, what it's gonna do is create this Shirley Temple curl, which, I mean, it is cute, but it's not really what a lot of people are going for with their hair these days. So just to stay current and relevant, leave those ends a little straighter. And if you don't, you can always go back and do what I just did and just pull it down with your flat iron. On her bottom section, I'm gonna curl it just going away from her face the whole way. And then on that middle section is where I'm going to do the alternating to get a bit like a beachy wave. In the back, I'm gonna leave the last 2 inches out because I want it even softer in the back than it is in the front. All right. Turn your head just a little bit to the right. Remember to grab and twist that hair. That's how you really get that curl in there. Izzy's had a little cold too, so we both are a little sniffly and our voice is not as it normally is. So in that way I went towards her face. So as you can see now in this top layer, I'm alternating the curl back and forth. Hold on, don't move. I'm alternating the curl back and forth just to give it a really loose beachy wave. And if I was doing this on an adult, I would use hairspray, but she doesn't like the way that crunchy hairspray feels, so we skip it when we do her hair. And she just knows that it's gonna fall down a little faster. She's okay with it. If you notice, we have a bald cat running around in the background. She really likes to be in on these videos. And when baby sister's sleeping, we just kind of let the cat come wherever we are because otherwise she meows at the door and little sister wakes up. And since she's actually taking a second nap today, we are gonna let her sleep as much as she will sleep. In the back, I'm doing the same thing. I'm starting at the bottom section again since I got to the back. Not much room right here. All right, so I'm doing the bottom section again and only going away from the face. I'm not alternating anymore. I might make her put a little hairspray in just so you guys can see what it actually looks like styled. Just so you know, guys, she volunteered to be in this video. I didn't even have to ask. Okay. As you can see, this is super, super fast. I was trying to explain that on the other videos. Like, if your hair is able to be curled with a flat iron, so if it's short and has layers in it, this is so much faster than a traditional curling iron. But if you don't have a lot of layers or your hair is on the longer side, this is going to be a waste of your time. So since this is her heavy side, I go 2 sections back away from her face because, you know, especially for little kids, I don't want her hair falling in her face all day. So I want the heavy side definitely to go away from her face. So then I'll start going the alternating curls after we get those 2 sections done in the front. I'm trying to get this so you can see it. Her hair is definitely dark like mine. It's not as dark, but in this lighting, it does look like it, which is crazy because her hair is definitely lighter than it's looking on camera right now. Which sometimes I've noticed that as I'm filming, it looks super dark, and then when I go back and look at the video, it's not as dark, so maybe that's what's going on right now. Who knows? Alrighty, last section. Okay, and as we've talked about in other videos, we're gonna let it cool for a second. And I'm gonna find a little bit of hairspray. Just a little bit. What are you doing?
I didn't know you were gonna do it.
Sorry, we had an uninvited visitor that decided to come in the middle of our video. I'm just kidding, it was my husband. Alright, so we're just gonna spray these. You wanna spray a little bit underneath and just a little bit on top. It doesn't need a lot, especially if your hair is her length. You okay? If your hair is her length. So now that this is cooled off for a minute, you wanna start by, let me get out of the way so you can see what I'm doing. Shouldn't have worn a dark shirt. Scrunch it up like this and shake it at the root. That's gonna break up some of those curls and give you some of that nice beachy texture. And then you're gonna go through the ends of the hair and just pull down. Oh, right. Doesn't her hair, like, it's just great. It's like, when she just wakes up, it's pretty. When she fixes it curly, it's pretty. When it's straight, it's pretty. It's just not fair. It's kind of like little kids and they always have the best eyelashes. Like,
ow, you just poked me in the eye.
I'm sorry. Like, they just don't need it and they just have the best eyelashes and hair. I don't understand. Don't poke your kids in the eye. That was an accident. Alright, so turn your head to the left. As you can see, like, her layers just really picked up that curl a lot better than mine did. And she can put her hands through it all day and like it's gonna fall a little bit and get messier, but that's okay because it's gonna look good. I turn to the right. See, it's one of those styles that you can't really mess it up because the point is for it to look messy. From here, I mean, I guess I could do anything. I could put like a little side braid into her hair just to give it some character. What we like to do is the dinosaur braids, which are Dutch braids. When Izzy was little, she used to call them dinosaur braids because she thought it looked like the ridges on a dinosaur back. So a Dutch braid is just an inverted French braid. So instead of going over the middle with your outside pieces, you're going under the middle. And I will definitely do another video on braiding because I know a lot of you don't know how to do French braids or Dutch braids, and it's super easy and super fast after you get the hang of it. So, I mean, if we just wanted to pull this apart, make this a big fluffy Dutch braid. I mean, just put a couple bobby pins in it and she can go to school like this and it would stay out of her face all day, which I think is the thing with little kids. You don't want their hair to fall in their face all day. But, alright, I'm gonna let her go and not bother her anymore with this hair video. But if you guys have any questions or want to see anything else on short hair, then let me know and I will recruit my stand-in model for that too. Alright, thanks guys. Bye.